Welcome back to Minecraft. Hello Malinka, hello Demon.
Hello.
Okay, lots to do in this episode, like a real lot to do. One of the things that I was supposed to show last episode that I didn't get round to and I've used in between is this which Demon's set up.
Hello.
Hello. Chandeliers are made like this. Chandeliers offer quite a bright light source, they're very good. Do they also prevent mobs from spawning on a 16 block radius? I might be wrong about that one, but I think that's what they do. And if you take those chandeliers and add potions of healing and potion of regeneration 2 in here, or there's potion of healing 2 as well, you get something called a magnum torch. A magnum torch is very bright torch, but it also forcibly prevents mobs from spawning in a 64 block radius, and that is useful in lots of circumstances. Yeah, I saw demons DC'd, it's fine. So we've used that in the palace, which we promised that we'd build. Probably timeline wise, I don't know whether or not I've uploaded the episode showing me building it yet, but it's going to be on a couch if you want to see the palace being built. And considering it took me like 6-7 hours to build, well, us 6 to 7 hours to build, then don't expect that video to show the complete build. It'll be like a highlight reel of different stuff. But we've extended the magic tower in preparation for an episode coming up, so I just thought I'd quickly show that, because you probably see that going on. What else have we changed? Yeah, you did, Demon, yeah. So, rounding the corner here, and you can see a sneak preview of the palace. We'll be going to show that very shortly. But yeah, I thought I'd just give a preview now of what we've been up to with that. Okay, assembly room, that was something that got built last episode. In the assembly room we've been building chipsets, diamond, iron and gold. And to make any of these chipsets, really easy. It's just for a golden chipset you put like one golden orb and a piece of redstone in the assembly table, and it will start making it. Same with the diamond, same with the iron, so like one diamond and redstone or one iron and redstone makes those. I'm actually going to pick these up because I'm going to need them. I might need one more diamond chip set actually, if anyone's willing to dump. Is it one more or two more? I'll tell you what, I'll put 2 more in just in case. I'll do it because I'm running pretty quick right now. I've got it. Yay for the quick roads.
Too bad they don't have a stairs variant of these. That would make it even easier.
I should put my Formatage's robes on, because I've managed to get haste free on the boots using that enchanting table that we put up last time. So that makes me run around really fast. But they're almost dead as well, so I don't really want to damage them. Cool. Right, now to get crafting and building for this episode is we want a storage solution. Right now, the storage of the chests and things like that can be a bit painful. You know, every time I want an object, I have to remember which chest I've placed it in. Plus, you know, you look in the miscellaneous chest here; it's pretty full. In fact, it's completely full.
It's now a mess.
And it's a mess. We've got barrels scattered everywhere. It's not great. And there are 2 solutions to this. Well, 3 solutions if you count live with it. So.
4 then. Destroy everything.
Or destroy everything. Yeah. So one of the solutions...
That's the more destructive path.
Which we've done before is applied energistics. And most people do it, and it's the easiest to work with. So for most people who do builds, applied energistics is fantastic. However, applied energistics has one thing that is a bit cumbersome. And that is, bearing in mind how spread out we are. Right, so we've got this building here, we've got the building over there, we've got the magic tower, the assembly room, the forestry way off in the corner, the palace in the far distance. You know, everything is really spread out. And if I was going to use applied energistics, the issue I would have of being completely spread out is that we'd have to either lay 1 million pipes, which would be very time consuming and use up a lot of energy, or you use...
We could call them oil pipes, seeing that we're in Persia.
Well, true. Then you've got the use of singularities and using the singularity stuff in applied logistics. Again, it's very cool and it works quite nicely, but one is you can only really connect two systems together without making lots and lots of singularity machines, and each singularity machine requires a lot of power, and there's a lot of back system to make any of those things. So applied logistics is fantastic, but not suitable for us. Incoming, a new mod we've not done anything with before, and that's logistics pipes. We had it last season, we just didn't use it, but this season we will be using it. These are the kind of stuff that we'll get from Logistic Pipes on the screen, and I think without further ado, let's get started. So, logistics power junction is pretty much the thing that you need to get started. Logistics pipes do need some kind of power to be worked with, so to do that, very simple recipe, and you use this block to use power. It just occurred to me I also need some smooth stone, because the basis of our network is pretty much Buildcraft pipes runs as the background to the whole network, and for that in mind, I'm actually just going to make quite a lot of stone pipes. Now, gold pipes are better for a network of this kind of style. I'll just use a stack actually, I'll leave that there. But gold pipes are obviously very expensive. Speaking of expensive, what we're doing today is also very expensive, and you'll see that as we go through. I'll skip the ender chest and sneaky upgrade now, and we'll go to the first pipe stuff that we're going to be working with. So here is how to make a basic logistics pipes. Again, based on Buildcraft, so part of the recipe is diamond transport pipes. Again, this is an expensive recipe. So here's the recipe here. We're using the gold chipsets we showed earlier, and I think I'll probably just grab all of those and use those. We're going to be doing lots of off-camera stuff with this because it's actually fairly expensive to do. Alright, next thing that we're going to need, as you can see here, is some Logistics Chassis Mark II. I've got it set up here with just 22. That's will do for now. We actually do need more than that, but for what I'm doing on camera, I think that will do. Otherwise we'll be here forever you watching me set this up. Right, so I'm using Logistic Chassis Pipes because chassis pipes allow you to put multiple upgrades on. Now if you look here, you've got like provider logistics pipes. That's like a standalone pipe to do a task. In the case of the provider one, which I've got here, the task would be to provide materials to somewhere else. That's what provider means. You've got a pipe here, there's like let's see, a supplier pipe is to supply materials from somewhere else. I think to supply materials to somewhere else. I'm not quite sure the difference between supplier and provider yet. I'm going to see some of that stuff as I go along. Crafting logistics pipes we'll be doing in a later episode. There's fluid pipes we may or may not be doing, and B-analyzer pipes we will be using later, definitely. I think that's all I need to worry about for now. To show about, yeah. So that's those. But instead of using like the singular pipes, you can actually get each of these done as a module. But there's actually more modules than there are different pipes. And to do module stuff, we'll need a blank module. So we need a lot of blank modules actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and make 59 modules. Now, the first module that I'm going to be looking at is called an item sync module. Item sync modules, it allows an item to find its way into an inventory of some kind. You'll see that when I set up, say, barrels. So I'm just going to put a few more blank modules in here, probably that many. And we've got ourselves 18 of those modules. That's fine. Next is the extractor module. The extractor module is used to extract items out of a chest. So think of it like, I don't know, sticking an engine next to a wooden pipe in Buildcraft. It's that basically, and for this I'm only going to need one, so I'm just going to grab one of them. But there's different levels of extractor modules, and I believe this is effectively level 1. And if I remember correctly, if I can remember the upgrade path, I think, there we go. So by adding a golden chipset, we get an extractor module Mark II, which is, it basically extracts quicker. And finally, by adding a diamond to this, we need the extractor module Mark III. And not only does this extract quicker, but it also extracts a stack at a time. So hence why we want that. Can someone bring over the other diamond chipset that I left in the thing? That'd be great.
It's not all. It's already over here in the chipset.
Oh, I actually brought them over early, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot I prepped.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2 more. I thought you just meant the 2 you made extra.
Oh, that's good. I forgot about those. So I've got the extractors. Now the provider modules, which I told you about the provider pipes. Now we need provider modules. They'll go with the barrels to be able to provide items to us when we need them. Let's actually make quite a few of these. So we've got 18 of those. Let's make 18 of these. There we go. 18 provider modules. Next, we've got something here called a request logistics pipes. Request logistics pipes is like the computer from Applied Energistics in a way. You know, you look on the computer screen and you choose what you want out of the machine. So that's what the request pipe does. Now a request pipe, you need to use a wrench whenever you want to access it, and thank you, Demon, and as Demon spoiled for me, there is a Mark II, which by adding a diamond chipset means that you do not need the wrench anymore to access it. So we'll make the Mark II request pipe. Finally, over here, Demon set me up some filing cabinets. Demon, you can pick those up now, showing the recipe, but we'll show you what those filing cabinets do later. We're going to use that to help with some of our storage solutions. Okay, now one more logistics pipes things. Now you'll see very soon when we're doing some of our setup that because of the way we want the palace to look, we can't necessarily put things where we would ideally put them, because in the case of this is barrels. So to extract and interact with a barrel, you need to interact with the top of the barrel. Unfortunately, if we interact with the top of the barrel by putting a pipe on it, then we can't stack barrels on top of each other, at least without twisting them. And if we twist them, then you can't see what's in them, which again is not quite as fun, and we don't really like that as much. So what we can use is something called a sneaky upgrade, which means I can put a pipe anywhere on the barrel, but the barrel will think it's accessing the top of it, because I'm using a sneaky upgrade top. I'm just going to grab 16 of these for now. We're going to need a lot of these at some point, because we're going to use a lot of barrels in the network. And I'm going to grab an ender chest from here. Here's how an ender chest is. That will come later at the end of the episode, probably. So, can you do me a favour, Demon? Because I think you made a white ender chest previously. Can you make sure it's empty?
It is.
Okay, good. So, off to the palace. I forgot to put my portals up, never mind. We may have to do a bit of running, or I might have to do a bit of cutting in terms of stuff, but I'm going to show you around the palace. So you can see we've done a lot of texturing here, a lot of shading of colours. We talked about this when we did our build last season, showing a preview. I'm going to talk a little bit about the design. The wooden sections over here are kind of supposed to represent some kind of curtain tapestry, hence why they kind of come down in an arc at times because it's not particularly very good materials available to do curtains, so I've just used fences. Inside, first thing you'll see is these quartz pillars. These pillars, if you ever see the ruins of Persepolis, you'll see that on the floor is just tons of pillars. So the Persian buildings used to have pillars through them, so I've added our own. I've added textures on the inside walls as well, just to make it a little more interesting to look at. Right in the centre here is a spiral staircase, but there was a circle template, which you'll see if you ever watch the video on how we built this. There was a circle template that has been removed, and you can actually climb this steps, and you'll be able to see it's kind of like a semicircle staircase. That takes us to the second floor. This second floor is actually going to be used for auto crafting later, but you get some nice views off of the little balconies out here. I can imagine it might be a good place to set up bees if we wanted to put any bees out here, although I don't think we will be, but it's an option.
Nah.
Stuff with the ceiling is
actually
also...
build a building in the farm area for the bees. Not here.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. But if you were using a building like this, it could have been an option. And up here is also the ceiling of downstairs, but we've used these blood-stained blocks here to help with like mosaicing. So I've made a mosaic basically to go on the ground, and you can see I've also decorated the roof of the I don't know, it's like a pagoda, but I don't know what the real name is for such a thing.
Many innocent zombies died to give us their flesh. To die this.
Absolutely. Anyway, I hope you like the palace. I love it. So let's head back downstairs and do some work, shall we?
I saw a wall of barrels.
Yep, and what I'm going to do is just for now we will just place the power system out on front, but actually this power system eventually is going to probably go underground. But for now, I'm just going to place, you're probably going to want to do 3, aren't you? So if you place 1, 2, 3. Right, I'm going to place the redstone energy cell here, which has already got some power in it, which I stole. And I'm going to place this...
Stole? It's our own power.
Well, yeah, true. I stole it from the assembly room. So here's our logistics power junction here. And for it to be told... Oh my god, oh no, good, I've saved some. So logistics pipe here, basic one. If I connect it to the power system, then the whole thing starts waking up and talking to each other. It's now going to be draining a bit of power. Not much, but it will be draining power. And I can actually start using, say, our stone transport pipe here to... You know what, this is probably in a really bad place, but screw it.
We'll clean it up later.
Yeah, definitely.
As we usually do.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go over here and ignore the earlier barrels and just use this end barrel here as our example. That way I won't screw anything up. Okay, so what I want to do is to this barrel, I'm going to place this logistics chassis. Is there anything in that barrel? No, good. And with the...
I can put something in it if you want.
I probably will do later, maybe some wood or something, or cobble, or it doesn't really matter what it is.
Oh, I just handled the cactus farm, so I've got a half stack of cactus on me.
Alright, that'll do. Doesn't matter what it is. Okay, so I've got a crescent hammer here, which I've used to open up the inventory. And there's 2 modules that we'll need to put into this. One is an item sync module, and the other is a provider module. So as I said before, the provider module means that this barrel will now provide items to the network, and the item sync it basically says, to the system, this is where I'm going to put an item. Have you got that cactus then, which we're going to use as the example?
It's in the barrel.
Oh, is it? Okay. Let me make some room here. There we go. So what I'll do is click on the chassis again with this wrench. Go to the item sync module, and actually what you need to do is tell it that this barrel needs cactus. So you have to place it one cactus in there to say, hey, this is what I need. Right, next what I'm going to do is I'm actually about to create a junction. Anytime you create a junction in an applied in a logistics network, you should always put a logistics pipe at every single junction. If you don't do that, then you'll have all sorts of fun later struggling with other things. So mostly because then logistics pipes, Buildcraft's pipe routing takes over, and if you know from stone pipes, if you hit a junction, it randomly chooses 50-50 which direction to go. So you need to basically override Buildcraft's decision making with a basic logistic pipe decision making. So the next thing I'm going to use is a logistics pipe Mark II. This is our request pipe. This will allow us to see what's in the network. One thing I will ask someone to do, can you bring me a chest? I totally forgot. Oh, I got the ender chest. Oh, ignore me. Ignore me. I got an ender chest here. In fact, again, just to show, I'm going to make a junction here. Put again, a junction needs a pipe to come off of it, and I am going to place this ender chest down just here. It's just an inventory, which is fine, and I'm going to be placing a logistics chassis Mark II in its place. I don't think this might be overkill actually for this one. I think I could have got away with using something different in this particular chest, but it's fine. So again, with my chassis
Overkill is good.
Yeah, with the chassis pipe. Oh, I did need it actually, because I don't think you get extractor modules any other way. So I'm going to place an extractor module Mark III in here. So that's basically the extractor, although you can set it with sneaky pipe integration, which we'll talk about in a minute. You don't actually have to set it up because it's a chest. It's fine. So at the moment, not everything's talking to each other and is happy. The one that's unhappy the most right now is this barrel. Remember I said earlier on that you can only extract and interact with this barrel with logistics pipes from the top. Well, this sneaky pipe upgrade in my hand, set up, if I right click here, it will consume, and now it will start talking to the network properly. So, first things first, here's the ender chest. Now if I place the cactus in the ender chest, if I've set this up correctly, which I may not have done, it should have gone into here. I was wondering, is there enough power coming through? Oh,
There's no power at all coming through. That's why I already added a cable, but doesn't seem to help.
Oh, no, it went.
yeah, now it's working. Thank you. Yeah, there was no power there, that's all. So now I'll re-show that. So I take the cactus out and place it in the chest. It goes into the barrel because it knows. Now, if I ever want cactus, here's a request pipe. And with the request pipe, I just click on here and I select the cactus. What's really good, if I've got it selected, it also tells me on the left-hand side what essences are in there from Formcraft. So, that can be useful when you're looking for particular Formcraft recipes. By default, this pop-up comes up. I'm going to show you what this pop-up does, and then I'm going to turn it off in future. But if I request one of these cactus, it's actually going to tell me, hey, you requested a cactus, which is really annoying. So, if I request one again without it, then it will just come out, and it's flying out of the request pipe here. If I click this double plus here, that will request 10 at a time. If I request the plus plus plus, it requests a stack at a time. So if I want 10 cactuses and I hit request, oh, I didn't select it, that's why. There we go. And hit request. The cactuses will fly out. If I need to put them back in, then they go back into this chest, and it will route its way through the network. That's pretty cool, right?
One thing I like about it is, one thing I was afraid for is that if you use Buildcraft pipes, you'll see the item moving through it, slowing down the server. But with Logistic Pipes, it's all instant teleport as long as it's connected.
Well, with the Mark IIIs, it moves so rapidly it shouldn't really affect the server too badly.
True, but this is Mark II, and even then there's no moving. There's just a sparkle here, sparkle there, and it's done.
Right. So I'm going to break this request pipe for now, and I'm going to take it back to the base with me. While I'm there, or while I'm here, I'm going to take my portal gun, because I'm probably going to end up going back and forth a little bit here. And I'm going to set up, I don't remember the colours. I probably used the wrong colour, let's find out.
Nope.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that's the
did.
wrong color.
Yeah, which means we'll have to run. Wait a minute, let me remind myself what colour I'm using. So I'm using...
It's also faster
right
from
click.
here.
Probably. But anyway, I'll run through, just because it's a good view of the new magic tower. Oh, your bees almost got taken out with a meteor at some point.
Oh, is that the explosion I heard when I was harvesting cactus?
Yeah. Lucky it missed.
Damn you, cactus.
Yeah. So anyway, let me set up the portal on the wall over here as well. That way we can access between those two rooms really fast. So I've taken the request pipe, and I've not tested this. This is the bit which I'm not unsure if this is going to work as intended. But I'm going to use an ender chest here. Now the ender chest is going to effectively be an inventory that is going to connect this system, well, basically the system over in the palace, over with any location that I want. So if I'm just going to test this out. I think I need to put a basic pipe in first, like so. And what isn't in my favour is that it's red, which means it's not being powered up, but I can test. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. And you can do it through tesseracts. Do I do this through tesseracts now? Oh my god.
You still need power on this side.
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's going to look through the ender chest. Okay. Yeah, you might be right. I might need power on the other side, on this side too. That's probably fixable really fast if I've got any more materials. You know what? No, I know that the tesseract works. Even though I'm going to show later on how to make a tesseract, I think I'm going to cut the video here, make a tesseract, because this episode's getting long, and then on another episode I'll show you how I made the tesseract. But I think right now I'm going to off-camera make one, so we'll be right back. Okay, we've come up with a different solution than tesseracts, so let's go through that solution. Sorry about the police flying past. So anyway, so instead of using tesseracts, we're basically going to make two systems for logistics pipes, one over in the palace and one over here, and we use these pipes called logistics inventory system connectors to connect two systems together. So I'm just going to grab those. Next we need something called a soldering station, and that's a machine that interacts with logistics pipes that can build some things. So over here we've set up a power junction again, hooked up to the power over here. Basic logistics pipes, and I've moved the request pipe over here, and I've placed the soldering station up here. Now I think we're going to need some iron, which I didn't actually put on me. So let me grab some iron. I think it kind of uses iron as fuel, but I might be wrong. Oh, you already did it. Okay. Then we need this recipe, the logistics item card. So we need 2 blank modules, 2 red zone chipsets. I don't know if we end up needing 2, so oh no, you can only make 1 at a time. That's fine. And 2 iron chipsets, like so. Okay, oh, and it makes 2 item cards. Here we go. So this is called a frequency card. And because it's made 2, we can place 1 over here. In fact, I've already made a mistake. So what I'm going to do is take this request pipe up and connect the 2 systems together like so. Do I not need the ender chest in amongst this? How
Yeah, you do.
No, you do.
So where...
That needs to be connected to another chest. That inventory connector system.
Like
connector.
this. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Other side as well.
The other side? Oh yeah, the other ender chest needs to be done. Yeah. And then I think I can place... If I right click maybe? Or maybe I need my wrench. Yeah, wrench. Here we go. And I can place the connection card in here like so. And I guess that's fine. It won't be connected to anything yet, but that's okay. Right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Luckily, I've got a portal that is going to drive us through here. And I'm going to have to do some funky things here, but that's not a problem. I'm going to make a connection over here. Basically, that's another...
You know, you could just junction off of the chassis Mark II, you know.
Probably. But I've started, so I'll finish.
We'll clean it up later.
Yeah, exactly. So again, now that's connected, I'll put the other connect card here. Remember, this is paired with the
And
other.
it becomes green.
Now the system is happy. Okay, let's see if I've done it right. So let's see if I can get cactuses from this base. Oh, you know what I forgot? Spot the dirt.
Supplier pipe.
The request pipe. Now, I'm assuming the request pipe comes here? No.
Nope, needs to be connected to the network.
Let's try that. There we go. What's this? Come on. Come on. Hello. Damn it. Let me try again. Maybe just
I believe we'll have to have another color for the ender chest, considering you're requesting it, it's pulling it into the system and then immediately pulling it back out.
Ah, yes. You've got a provider on this ender chest sitting.
Oh, the extractor
the
over the other side. It's extracting it too quickly. Okay. Have we got...
I'll get some dye and change
on the other
it.
side for a second.
No, you don't want to change that one, because we still need the extra part. We need another one, is effectively what we're saying. I can dye this one. So if I dye this one, what? Shall I add a red, white, white or something?
That works.
Yeah. So I'll make this red, white, white. And then if you've got another ender chest, can you colour it red, white, white as well and place it... Or give it to me probably so I can actually set it up. Oh, this is going to be fun. Let me place some blocks.
Jump on the logistic pipes over here.
Oh yeah, thank you. That'll do it. There we go. Red, white, white.
Here you go if you want to change the colors.
Oh, I need to grab another. I should have got 2 rows red, shouldn't I? That would have been clever.
It's actually a light grey too, not a white, so you'll need bone meal too.
Oh, okay. That's mob drops, I guess. Have we not got... Oh, there it is. I'm going to be wasteful here because I'm in a rush. Okay, so... red, white, white. There we go. So let's sort out the problem we've just created.
Yeah. Still not working with this chest though.
So basically the deliberate mistake is our systems pipe here was connected to the same pipe. Where did my request pipe just, my exit pipe just go? With the modules.
I think you just
there it is.
disconnected everything.
I did just disconnect everything, absolutely. Just a second ago.
Yeah, I can see it on the network here. The connection became red.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. It's expected. I'm obviously fixing it right now. So that's now connected up to a red, white, white, which is intended. And with the wrench, and this should get the connection going again. Place the card back in, and now both should be connected. Yes, Malinka? Have you got lights over there? You got camera in action?
Oh yeah, and it came flying out.
Oh, my
Lights,
previous
camera,
request.
action. No, I just requested again.
Oh,
Flying.
okay. So anyway, just to prove it works, there we go. Even though it's a remote location. Took a long time to sort that out, but anyway. The idea is we set small versions of these up in all the different rooms. Again, tesseracts can be done a different way. Maybe I'll show that at some other point. But this works. And yeah. Now all we need to do is move all our materials over there. So I've also brought other provider and item sync modules. There's other modules, and what I'm going to do, because this is urgent for us on the server to be able to work with it, is we're going to set up the network. Not completely, but we're going to set up most of the network, and some of it will have different things that we haven't yet shown you yet. And next episode, what we'll do, instead of crafting it all and trying to put it together, is we'll just shown you what we've done and explain what modules are in which chassis and what each one does, and show it in action, I guess. I think that would be better.
Look, I can launch cactus by simply placing it in this chest.
You can launch cactus.
Yeah.
That's true. If we had another white ender chest or a white ender pouch, which is something that we'll have. Have you got a white ender pouch, Demon?
We can make. Give me a sec.
I'm not going to make one. If you had one on you, I'd use it. If not, don't worry. He's gone.
I just have to sync it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to show you, show that because of the extractor module over there, what I can do is place this cactus in the pouch and it'll end up in the barrel. In fact, I'll go over there as well, Demon. I'm going to meet you in a palace. Okay. So yeah, chuck me the satchel. Okay, if I open up the ender pouch, if we look here, we've got 30 cactus in the barrel. Open up the pouch. Place the cactus in, and now we've got 33. Why have we got? I put 3 in here. Why did it not count the third? Oh. I assume it's doing something funky. You know what I think probably happened is there was a previous request for cactuses that was over in the other side, and I bet you there's a cactus on the floor out in the other room.
I'll check.
Easy enough to check.
Either way, you get the idea. Wow, there's a lot in this episode, and I hope you kind of enjoyed it, at least, and I hope you managed to keep up. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I'll do my best to answer them, especially with Logistics Pipes. It's a fairly complicated mod. We'll try and show lots of cool things with it, but as I say, the reason we chose Logistics Pipes this time was because of the scattered nature of our bases, and it's going to work out better for us than Applied Energistics. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode. Demon Reaper, say goodbye.
Bye bye.
Malinka,
I'll say goodbye as well. Goodbye.
see you next time. Bye.